Okay, that was interesting. It's a cool little loop. It's a little late, but I just wanted to make something nonetheless. I'm trying to do this every day if I have the energy to do it. So I don't think that was the most inspired thing that I've made lately, but it was definitely fun. And it's cool to experiment with different things. So the whole reason I made that was because I haven't really messed with this thing, the orange AIRA stamp going into the MPC One Plus. And it's got its little quirks. As a preamp, this is a good guitar preamp, but when I paired it with the MPC One Plus, and I'm going directly out of the line out over here. I'm not coming out of, so the headphone has a cab sim on it, and I haven't tried that with the MPC One Plus because this is my first time using this thing with it. But in my own practice, I don't really like the way that simulated output sounds. Like, I don't play with headphones on and listen to it. It doesn't sound good to me. But when I went into the MPC One Plus out of the orange AIRA stamp, it did sound a little bit harsh. So when I played through the song, I did go in, add some amp sims, add like phasers to some of them. I put the guitars on a submix and put them all through a reverb and put like a low cut and a high cut on it just to make them sound a little more glued together and a little more presentable. And I was able to get rid of some of the harshness. Now, when I dump this out into Logic, if I do that with this track, because I'm not sure how happy I am with it, but this might just be a little loop that I made for today, and that's the last we hear of it. But if I do decide to dump it into Logic, I'm curious to see how it would sound, because I do have a 212 orange cab simulation in the 2 Notes wall of sound software. So I'm curious to hear how this preamp would sound using that simulated cab. But all in all, it sounded pretty good. I really was surprised at how good the bass sounded through this thing. I think the bass sounded fantastic through this thing. Which I don't know why that would surprise me. Like, I know, like, I think I heard like Dr. Dog, maybe the Flaming Lips, some groups like that. Like, they record their basses through guitar amps. And, you know, the Fender Bassman was made to be a bass amp, but it really was more suited towards guitar. And some people still play bass through that. So, you know, you can play around with amps, get a good sound. I've actually tracked bass before coming out of the effects send of my JC-40, and I thought that sounded pretty good as well. So you never really know what you're going to get. But yeah, the orange AIRA stamp sounds really good on bass paired with the MPC One Plus. Sounds on guitar. I've used the 2 Notes Revolt going into it, and that sounds better. I've also used the HX Stomp going into it before. Probably make some videos pushing those into the MPC One Plus. I think both of those pair a little bit better with this, whereas the AIRA stamp pairs really well with my Moore tube engine tube power amp, because then it's basically just like you have a big orange, you know. But it was fun. It was interesting. Weird little loop that I made. Maybe I'll do something with it. Maybe I won't.